My mother used her therapy license to keep me over-medicated and steal my entire salary for over a decade, so I exposed her fraud to the medical board and watched her lose everything she'd built with my money. I thought I was finally getting my life together when Malik, my friend and co-worker, mentioned the apartment opening in his building. The thought of living on my own meant everything. But then he said the rent was $900. I told him I couldn't afford it. But instead of accepting my answer, he looked at me confused and said, "Dude, we get paid the same. You make $75,000 a year." I was instantly confused. According to my mom, I only got $300 monthly after all medical expenses. I'd had a seizure at work that morning, my first in 3 years, so Malik drove me home while we waited for my mom. I've had a traumatic brain injury since I was 14 from a car accident where mom was driving. She's handled everything since because numbers don't make sense to me anymore. If I try to do basic math, my head spins right off my head. Malik showed me my pay stub on my phone while at my place. It was $4,800 monthly, and my chest tightened as I tried processing the numbers, but they kept sliding away. We checked my bank account together and saw $4,800 deposited each month, then immediately transferred to mom's personal account, leaving me just $300. When I confronted mom, she cried, saying my medical expenses were enormous, and pulled out papers with huge numbers that made my head spin until I felt a seizure coming. She said, "This is why I handle everything. The stress triggers your seizures." Thankfully, Malik wouldn't let it go. He believed no one should be taken advantage of. He helped me get 12 years of bank statements, showing $700,000 transferred to her account. We looked up my medications online, and they only cost $200 monthly, plus insurance said my maximum out-of-pocket was $2,000 yearly. So where was the other $50,000 going? Mom caught me on the phone with insurance and demanded to know who I was talking to. I told her they called me, so she hung up the phone and blocked their number from my phone. When Aunt Patricia visited for Thanksgiving, she noticed I seemed over-medicated and asked to see my pills. I showed her 12 different medications, and she went pale, asking why I was on Klonopin since that's a sedative, not seizure medication. Mom appeared instantly, telling Patricia not to confuse me because my neurologist knows best, and dragged her away. Next day, I searched mom's office and found conservatorship documents from when I turned 18, plus property deeds and investment accounts all in her name, with my signature on papers I didn't remember signing. Aunt Patricia connected me with a social worker who explained conservatorships are nearly impossible to break after 12 years, and I'd need medical proof I could take care of myself. I secretly saw a new neurologist who reviewed my medications and said half weren't for epilepsy, but sedatives that actually worsened my condition. Mom noticed something different and suggested increasing my doses, even scheduling an appointment with her doctor who raised my sedatives without examining me. Everything exploded when Mom said I should quit my job and go on full disability, making me completely dependent forever. I refused for the first time ever. She screamed about her sacrifices and started hitting me, selling me a horrible son. I had a major seizure and woke up in a different hospital where doctors found dangerous medication levels. The blood work showed I'd been over-medicated for years, and a social worker got involved. Meanwhile, Mom insisted she knew what was best after 12 years. At the emergency hearing, the judge reviewed hospital findings while my mom's lawyer called her a devoted caregiver, but the hospital testified about over-medication. I told the judge I wanted to know where my money went, and the court accountant found $850,000 diverted over 12 years. My mom claimed care costs of $5,000 monthly, but real expenses were under $500. Mom snapped, screaming, I destroyed her life in that accident, and she was driving, and every day she saw me, she remembered the terror she felt, so the least I could do was support her. She admitted keeping me sedated to keep me dependent because without her I'd have nobody, and the courtroom went silent. The judge reversed the conservatorship immediately, and proper medication actually decreased my seizures. The